Hello and welcome. My name is Kevin. This is 2 for Bruce. We're here in CK3 with another time lapse for you all. This time we are getting our suggestion from Liam O'Connell, who says, can you try and have the Ottoman start as a Sunni duchy in the Byzantine Empire and have them take over the empire? Yes, Liam, we can do that. I can do you one better. The game actually in its save files has a title for the Ottoman Sultanate. Unfortunately, it doesn't come with anything extra other than this cool kingdom title. So here is our Sultan Tolum with his 100 stats, his immortality, and his watch spiff to keep him from, kicking it too early. Let's get into the predictions. If he's able to make it past the Byzantine Empire in these first initial years, he'll be able to blob out into a pretty big empire. So my guess is his empire will reach from, let's say, as far west as Iberia. It'll cut off maybe about here, just because usually there's other faiths in the area that they'll prevent them from expanding or just not do a good job of expanding. And then out of this one branch, there will probably, let's say, be 55 houses that are branching off from the main line. And then finally, also the most prolific religion will be the Shah Turk. So with those couple predictions out of the way, let's see how well our boy will do as a Ottoman king in the year 867. All right, see you in a bit. Alrighty, here we are in 544 years in the future. We have a pretty massive empire of the Ottomans on our map here, and it looks like our boy is still kicking, Sultan al-Muazzam Talum Nordfo. I don't think I've ever seen the Nordfo as a nickname. He's been busy, you know. Guys started as just a little guy in Anatolia, and then expanded out, and now pretty much controls most of the world. Let's just look around and see what else has been going on. It looks like we've got some grossness in Wales. We've got some interesting different styles of kings and clans, leaders, isles, the Sultanate Isle of the Isles. How in goodness, how did this come about? They've been Norse Gale, and then the sun, interesting. So then the sun became, looks like he converted from Norse to Ibedism. Interesting thing so far that I'm seeing is that they, for whatever reason, the Ottomans, and I think the AI in general, just does not do a great job of like, this is a clearly weak Byzantine Empire. Just stomp them. You have 500,000 troops. Why not just walk in and just finish the job once and for all? Also, Cyprus is not under your control, and the papacy is still hanging around. Still making a decent amount of money. Probably not having as much faithful to pay into that. Speaking of faithful, let's look at what the different faiths are. What I can see is Orthodox still somehow hanging in here in places like even in Constantinople. So did they never really, no, Constantine, they never changed it for whatever reason. Our boys never faith or even converted the name. Interesting. So Istanbul has yet to be established. Astru still having a unique experience of staying afloat, even though it's unreformed. Ashuri with 1200 and 284, and with Christianity or Catholicism and Orthodox 126. Yeah, even the Khazarianism, this Jewish faith, has somehow snuck into fourth faith. So that, let us do a quick and see how the internal politics are going. Wow, looks like we have two massive kingdoms, Palin and the Plain the Plain Sultanate. Wow, that is a interesting. It looks like it's a branch off from the main family, who actually, my guess was 55, was it? No, we missed it by a couple, but that's still a decent amount of houses. For whatever reason, he decided to only keep like some of the lands that he had prior to his expansion. It's interesting that he didn't take the Byzantium for himself and decided to give it away. I don't understand what the thinking behind that is, or how the AI decides to allocate what resources. Next, we shall look at the general kingdom list, and it looks like we've got some mixing and matching over here. As usual, this is just always a mess. France is consistently becoming more and more of a mess. And then as for the empire tier, it looks like the Ottomans started to take a bite out of most of Byzantines. They're still actually hanging in there a couple places, but like they've actually incorporated a lot more of areas that they historically never even got into, such as like Vienna and all that stuff. Well, this is the starting culture. They seem to have not encouraged that much change. I feel like this has not experienced that much change in the time that it has had in this game. It's not even, doesn't seem like that prolific too. Finally, look at court languages just to see how this goes about. Yeah, as I thought, Shaz Turks. If they get big enough, then it would become the most prolific language. Even with Arabic still somehow staying around, it looks like Shaz Turks is one of the more well-spoken languages. There you go. There you have it. If you give him Ottoman 100 stats and infinite life, you can see them be pretty productive. That's all I have for you today. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this, don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. And as always, have a good rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one. Ciao.